As a disclaimer, there will be animals successfully hunted in this video, along with after the fact, in-depth details about each individual broadhead, arrow placement, and recovery. This is the first of 2 videos from this hunting season. In this video, you're going to watch real-world examples of the different broadheads we used this past hunting season and how they performed. We used either a Mathews Lift X or Mathews Arc 30 set at 70 pounds and 28 3/4 inch draw, shooting Easton Axis 5mm arrows weighing either 467 grains and 27 1/4 inch long, or 460 grains and 27 inches long, and the Easton 5.0 arrow weighing 440 grains and 27 1/2 inches long. And every broadhead you'll see used in this video is 100 grains and brand new.
I've been looking forward to sitting in this tree ever since I hung this stand 3 months ago in the summertime. The first broadhead I'm going to test out is the QAD Exodus full version. Smoked her. Down here by the arrow now, 18-yard shot. I know she didn't go far. Let's follow this blood trail. Complete pass through. It's stuck in the dirt. Really good blood right here already. Man, look at that. Wow. There's just blood like crazy. I mean, everywhere, both sides, all over the brassicas here. Man, she came through some of the thickest stuff possible. There she is. Right down there at the bottom of all this thick stuff. Super thankful to sit behind this awesome mature doe. It's always awesome to get meat in the freezer. This doe was at 18 yards for the shot. She went 98 yards and fell, and let's just say there was no trouble following the blood trail. It was pretty impressive and probably the best trail I've ever seen, or at least close to that, of a fixed blade head. So very impressed with that. Very quick, clean, and ethical, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Here's the entry right behind that shoulder. She was pretty close, so I'm guessing the exit's maybe a little bit low, but pretty solid right there, especially for that broadhead size. Looks good. All right, this exit is indeed low, and it is forward. Right there, coming out like right in front of the front leg there. I mean, it's very low and forward, but definitely did the job good. She must have been quartering away a little bit. This QAD Exodus was an 18-yard shot, 98-yard recovery. The doe fell in 14 seconds. It was a heart and double lung shot. The broadhead broke one rib on each side and actually completely shattered the intraside rib. It's a complete pass-through, sticking in the dirt on the other side. The blood trail was exceptionally good, and after the fact, the broadhead was perfectly intact. It honestly looked almost brand new. This is the 3rd broadhead testing video we've done. If you'd like to check out the others, you can find them here on the channel or at bowonlyoutdoors.com. I see him.
Oh my God. No way. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Oh my gosh. I just drilled him. Double lung, he ran back in the trees. Yeah, he's bleeding good there. Oh, that looks good. Like I said, God just guided that arrow perfectly. Oh, he's bleeding good. He was taking big leaps. Oh, wow. Seems to be spraying pretty decent.
He won't be very far.
No, I don't think so. Oh my gosh. I've got some right here. He's going straight this way. Got some right here. Seems to be going pretty far for double lung, but he's a big deer too. A lot of blood there.
Arrow.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that blood looks good. Definitely bubbles in it.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that other fletching.
You found the fletching?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can't believe how far he's gone.
I literally thought he'd be 25 yards.
That's what I thought. He's bleeding like crazy though. This looks like lung blood. Bright red. And he's coughing here. As soon as that arrow came out, it's been bleeding like crazy. No way. That is a big deer. Oh my.
That is a big deer.
Oh man.
It's a big deer.
Golly. It was heart shot, you know? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a blessing to be able to even see a deer like this, let alone be able to harvest him.
This speed 2-inch titanium was a further shot, but it still did incredibly well. It was a pass-through with fletchings catching on the offside, amazing blood trail. The entrance hole was bigger than the exit. The buck went about 200 yards roughly. Shot was top of heart and double lung, and the broadhead actually cut through a rib the long way on the entrance. There was one bent blade, and the tip of the broadhead was slightly bent after the fact. I do want to mention we are not partnered with any broadhead brand. This is purely unbiased experience, truly based off what happens in the field and how each head performs. Simply to share our experiences with you so you can make your own decision on what broadhead you might want to try next. The weather is turning right now. Excited to see what shows up tonight. This flute plot has been absolutely hammered recently. This broadhead we're using is the G5 Montec. It's definitely not what I like. Spine shot way too high. I thought with this buck that was chasing a doe around right in front of this doe that I shot, she would be distracted enough. She was facing that way and listening that way. I didn't think she would drop as much, but I still aimed a little low. And she still dropped a ton at 33 yards. And I spined her, but thankfully she did not last very long at all. I'm super grateful for that. Here she is. Total spine shot on that top one, but thankfully the follow-up looks like heart shot and did the job for sure. This first shot, actually, I got a complete pass through with the broadhead and about half of the arrow. It's definitely high, but it's not like crazy high, so it's still too high and dropped her as you saw, but broadhead got good penetration for being that high. Here's this second shot right here. It actually went through the arm because it was back, and then right there. Then here's the follow-up shot on the opposite side, exit side. Kind of came out quartering
toward the back there. Definitely helped put her down very quickly though, that's for sure. I was really nervous. I hate those spine shots, but thankfully that secondary shot really did the trick. It's a pretty big doe. I'm adding to my meat pile. I'm really excited. Going to take it to the locker pretty soon, and it's going to feed me for the next couple months. I'm hoping to get enough to last me until next fall, so this is definitely going to add to that. A lot of does on this farm. These mature ones need to be taken out, and thankfully the Lord blessed me with a nice 33-yard shot on this one, and it ended up working out. So really grateful for that.
33-yard shot with the G5 Montec, and it actually cut the front rib in half and completely shattered the spine. The very tip of the broadhead was bent, but otherwise it was in perfect condition. The follow-up with the QAD Exodus was heart, one lung, and liver. It cut the entrance rib and shattered the offside rib in half. This broadhead was perfectly intact. Taking multiple animals in one season may sound like a lot. However, I'm able to manage multiple farms, and there are just way too many does here, so taking some out helps balance the deer herd. Comment which broadhead you would like to see tested out in the future.
Met up with Micah. We've got a great game plan. We're going to loop around. It's about 3 miles from here. We're going to try to set up on that wallow this evening, see if we can capitalize on that big bull. Or any bull. Whatever gives me a shot. Whatever the Lord blesses me with.
Let's do it.
Like almost perfect.
I heard him like making a ruckus.
He's right in that bottom right there.
I think he's right there. He was making a ruckus down there.
That arrow zipped right through.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh yeah. How far was he?
I just guessed 30 because I ranged that tree at 22, so I put my 30 and it hit like right on. That was crazy. He's got to be dead right there.
I think he's down right there, dude. I think you got him.
Holy smokes. See the knock right in the dirt. Look at this. That's awesome.
Nice shot.
Look at dead meat buried in the dirt. Oh my gosh. That's what we like to see right there. That's crazy.
Man, that's some serious blood.
Dude, it got him good, that's for sure. I was worried it was a little bit back at first because his arm, he was bent over and his arm was back and I did not want to hit that shoulder bone. So I tried to put it kind of right above it. When he was running, I looked a little bit further back, but that blood was spewing out so good. He's got to be dead right down in that ditch, less than 100 yards. Look at the blood in the rocks, dude. Look at that. Holy smokes. Look at this trail. That's insane.
Got him?
He's down.
Yes.
Look at this thing, dude.
Man.
Look at that. What a club. Oh my gosh. That's freaking awesome. I'm definitely definitely pumped to have some elk meat to bring home, I can tell you that.
I don't think I've even ever seen a bull like that before.
I've never seen a bull like that. That's so cool.
Josh's elk with the G5 Dead Meat V2 was a 30-yard shot, 160-yard recovery. Fall time was roughly about 23 seconds. It was double lung, kind of a high and back lung. The broadhead went between the ribs on the entrance and hit a partial rib on the exit. There were no bent blades. The broadhead was in fantastic condition. There was a great blood trail the whole way. These hunts will also be on our channel in full hunt format if you want to experience the adventure with us. Hitting the like button on this video will push it out to more bow hunters just like you and help them make a decision on what head they might want to try next based off the experience shown in this video. I know they'll appreciate it.
Goes back a little. Her back. I don't know how far she went. No, it wasn't. It definitely came out back, didn't it? Thank goodness for the mega meat. That's a big doe too. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Josh's doe with the G5 Mega Meat was a 30-yard shot, 160-yard recovery. They ended up backing out and coming back 2 hours later to already find her expired. That was behind the vitals, only in the guts, and there's actually quite a bit of blood on the trail for a gut shot deer. The broadhead was in perfect condition afterward.
We're back after it this morning. A lot of doe tags I've got in my pocket. Really hoping to fill those to put meat in the freezer. Shaking like I just shot a big buck or something. Down here on the ground now, let's pick up these arrows, go find these does. Here's the first one right here. Zipped on through, good blood on it. Rage. Got good blood right out of the food plot. Quite a bit up here. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that. That is a lot. Right there. Big pile. Over here. There she is right down there. Look at all of this. Oh man. Came running full speed down. That's the first one. All right, here is the entry. She was quartering away pretty hard, and I was up above her, 25-yard shot, so it angled down in her. Really, really big cut from the rage on that one. Huge cut, mainly because of that angle, but still impressive. She was definitely quartering pretty hard because this exit is way up here. Look at that. Good size exit. That is pretty wild to be that high, but she did not make it very far. Might have got that artery on the top because she died pretty quickly, that's for sure. The Rage Hypodermic was a 25-yard shot, 150-yard recovery in around 34 seconds. And the Broadhead actually rode the edge of the ribs on the entrance side, did not go into the cavity at all. And then it went up and exited near the spine and must hit some arteries up there by the spine because there was a lot of blood on the trail. But very interesting, the deer was quartering away and it just must have been the right angle to just ride those ribs and not enter the cavity. The Broadhead was in perfect condition afterward. Make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying these hunts and want to see more. We're back in the stand hunting the same food plot. It's a beautiful morning. Number 2. That was awesome. 32 yards right there. Absolutely perfect shot. You barely made it out of the plot. Yes, thank you. All right, here we go. Totally covered in blood. Look at that. Awesome. This deer barely made it out of the plot. We watched her fall right over here, so it's a big doe, a really big doe. Oh, I can see her from right here. There she is right there. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at the size of that doe. Man, that is awesome. Right there. That's the entry right there. Right where I wanted it. Oh man, did the job for sure. Here's the exit. Perfectly broadside. It absolutely did the trick on that one. Really thankful for a quick ethical one on this. The Swhacker 261 was a 32-yard shot, 56-yard recovery, and she fell in about 8 seconds. I hit the top of the heart where all those arteries come off the heart. My favorite shot, and clearly very, very lethal. Complete pass through. There wasn't much blood, I think just because she ran off so fast and expired so quickly. Not a lot of blood on the trail, but thankfully I didn't need a blood trail at all. And the Broadhead was in perfect condition afterward. Out of all the variables in bow hunting, arrow placement is by far the most important factor regardless of what head is used. Comment down below what your favorite broadhead brand is, whether you prefer fixed or mechanical, and what broadhead you'd like to see tested out in the future. Be sure to check out our other real-world broadhead testing videos, and we'll see you in the next one.